Yeah, you know we bouncing to it, baby. We bouncing.
I'm back here in the background, like, yeah.
What's happening? How we feeling today? Welcome to the show. Trust me, bro, you're gonna have a good time. I guarantee it. Jenna in the house. My guy Nick, Keeper. We'll call you Keeper. I always say your government name.
I'm gonna forgive you for the government name. Just one. You get one this show, so you used it up. You used it up.
That's it. We'll be on our best behavior the rest of the time. And I'm JChains. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button on your way in here or hitting the heart. I guess if you're watching on X, that's where most of you do watch is on X. So smash that heart. Don't be a heartbreaker, but smash it.
And if you're on X, you know what? Make sure you're following all of us, for one. And for two, go over to YouTube for like 2 seconds. Even if it's just 2 seconds, just subscribe and then bail out if you really want to watch it on X. Come on. Help your boys and your girl out here. We love you. We appreciate it.
There you go. Jenna, what's up? How we feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. A little tired, a little sore, but I'm feeling really good. How are you guys feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I got this last week has been super crazy busy in a really good way. Crypto has been interesting this past week as well. I think we'll get into that here in a little bit. Yeah, life's good. What about you, Jay? You're traveling a little bit, right? Cool. Yeah, I think so. We'll talk about football, fighting, crypto.
Yeah, we'll do like a whole sports segment in a few minutes here. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm up in Chicago hanging out. My mom's birthday tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Dodging bullets up in Chi-Town.
We are up here, man. That's why I'm in a sweatshirt, bro. I'm freezing. Even though I'm in a house, I'm cold. Like, I just need to get back into the South where my blood is nice and thin. I got that thin blood. I was saying before, when I was younger, my grandma would come up. This is where I lived here. And she'd come up in the summertime wearing a sweater. I'd be like, Grandma, what are you doing? It's like 75, 80. Like, it's warm. She didn't believe that. She thought it was cold. That's how I am now. Like, I feel like this is cold. Get me back to the South. I need my 90s and my son. No more cold.
Yeah, Chicago. I lived up in Wrigleyville for maybe a year and a half. It was a nice spot. But if you get too far outside of there, the wrong side of town, you get over off of like Homan, and all of a sudden you're dodging bullets, like for real.
For real. And that's why they call it Chirac now, I believe.
Chirac. Yeah, that's right. Lots of
Everybody needs to blow up the chat for happy birthday to Mama Chains. Seriously, blow this chat up and tell this woman happy birthday. That's awesome that you're visiting her for that. I love that.
Let's go. All right. So here's the deal. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, you can see a little bit on the show, the JavaScript hack. We're going to talk about that. Well, what does this mean? Does this mean like we stop using crypto, man? Don't do it. No, I definitely want to talk about this. We're gonna get into that. A few other things though. Bitcoin. Let's see. It's making some moves, but maybe not the right way that we all think. I know we want number go up, but we had some outflows the last couple of weeks, so we'll check on that. Some new bills being introduced in Congress. Treasury wants to explore holding Bitcoin as a national reserve. There we go. And then ETF accelerations. They've fast-tracked this. Listen to this. What do you guys think about this? Typically, it's 120 days to get an ETF approved and start rolling. You're trying to fast-track this 60 to 75 days.
Yeah. You want my input?
Sure.
And do we have a choice?
COVID vaccine, bro? Just push that shit on everybody and make them strap in, strap up, and do it. You know what I mean? There's money to be made, and these fools are not going to let that pass by. Like, on a very serious note, that's what it is. They're saying
you're gonna get us censored if you keep talking about COVID and strap-ons.
God. Yeah, well, deal with it. It's what it is. It is money, and they are Yeah, just gonna push it out there. I think it's a good thing. I don't think that this is a bad thing, but that's definitely what I think's happening. Jenna, you disagree? Jenna's like, I'll talk about the strap-ons, but COVID, not so much.
Listen, like you say that I can only say your government name once per show. I would strongly advise you, if you are going to use the C word, only use that once per show.
Nah, they're past that. I'll stop it, but they're past that.
All I know is that I did a conspiracy theory week on my channel, and this was probably around the time that things were a little bit more crazy. We probably threw that word out a little,
they used
loosely. And I ended up getting a channel ban for 10 days for medical misinformation. So I'm just saying.
Oh my God. That's a thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was absolute insanity. So you're right. I shouldn't say that. Hey, let me jump into the chat real quick. I always like to say hi to the chat. We got DGen Brian in the chat, at least from what I can see. And actually, Chains, hold on. Do I have the chat pulled up? Actually, this one pulls both of them. Not the private chat. Here we go. Yeah, let's see who's up in here. Mike Volmer in the house. Good afternoon, DGen Brian. Over on the tubes, I got JChains Crypto in the house. Glad to see him. Who else we got? Blocky. We got Zen Girl, Tanner, Red Nugent.
Zen Girl.
Blood. I keep talking about. I owe Blood a text message. Actually, I owe him a phone call, and I have not done it. I have dropped the ball. Good to see you, Blood. Alexandra always helping us out, tossing in the info on everybody's channels. Juice, Adventureful Mama. Listen, I can't even get through all the names right now. This show is going to go wild. We got some big stuff happening today. Jenna, prepare. Your panties are probably going to be up in a bunch a little bit later. We got a little surprise for you. Yeah, probably.
What are you going to do to piss me off today? Like, I thought this was going to be a fun, cool, calm episode.
It
Nick.
is.
Nick.
Oh, just two more times. 2 more government drops. Bow, bow.
Always something.
Right now, we're all happy. It's a Jenna sandwich right now. We got no problems, no complaints. We're not trying to do this right now, Nick, okay?
Okay.
Such an instigator.
Later. We'll do it later. All right. What do we want to start off with? Let's what do you want to kick it off with, Jay? I
like the idea of, let's talk about the king of crypto right now, and that is Bitcoin. So there was some articles that came out. It's $352 million of weekly outflows. Is this the end of ETFs? Or smart money shaken out of retail? Now, when I say the outflows, I was looking at this story yesterday, and as it turns out, and let me see, can I pull this up? Let me see where we're at when I do that.
I don't know, boom.
Bada boom. Okay. So here's kind of a story that I had seen with this, and this is XRP and Solana signal bull run while traders hedge for downside in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so you heard me say $350 million of outflows are happening while Solana and XRP are seeing inflows, right? And so I think that's a clear indication that money is paying attention to different things in different ways right now.
Yeah.
Right. So we can run through this really quick if you like. And so Deribet is the one who says this. They're revealing a striking divergence in sentiment from major cryptos. Again, XRP and Solana are taking this show. And I was actually looking at, what do you think about the meme coin situation? I've been seeing a lot of things saying that meme coins are ripping. And I know that when we get to altcoins, Nick, you've got something that we want to talk about specifically. So I don't want to jump ahead with that. But what do we think about meme coins? Because that's what most people are thinking about right now. Like,
well, you should ask the queen here. Jenna is all about the meme coins, and so we'll start with her. Jenna, what do you think about the meme coin situation right now? I know you got some particulars that you really like. What do you think?
Well, I do have particulars that I like, but before that, I think meme tokens are always good. For me personally, I think they should always be in my portfolio. The problem that I have with meme coins is I never buy enough to take profit, take more profit, take more profit. I always end up like selling too soon, and that's kind of the problem. But I have learned, guys, you'll never fully sell the top, and you'll never completely buy the bottom, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. Profits are profits. But I think meme coins are always great. Like, they're the high risk play. But even like with the higher market caps and everything, those ones, like, they're not going away. Like your Doge, like all those are not going away. I don't really play in those too much, but there are ones that are kind of bottomed out that I like. Like, I was just looking at, and actually I will show this here. If you want to, you can share my screen, but Perpe. So I personally am into the Boys Club tokens. Like, I love them. I have a PZ tattoo. And so PZ is Pepe's alter ego, and I bought that at the very, very bottom. And I don't know if you can see, he's kind of because of the green screen.
Yeah, but you can see it. It looks good.
But anyway, so I was like, listen, if this thing hits $10 million market cap, I'll get the tattoo. And that little dude, it just ran. And it was great. It was really, really good to me. But those are the Matt Fury Boys Club tokens. They obviously are your spinoffs of Pepe, but I like those, like Brett, all the Boys Club. But Pepe is one of the ones I really like right now. It is on Solana, and the chart for that, and I do have that here. I'll pull it up for you. It is completely bottomed out right now. I mean, it just had like a little bit of a pump. But what I'm going to say is I really like the community. And I know that that's one of the things we get in trouble because we get so attached to the community. But I'm also not afraid to take profits on the token. But I just really like it. It's a CTO. So I think it has plenty of room to grow. They were just trending on CoinMarketCap. Absolutely explosive. And it's still kind of a low market cap for me with a ton of potential. But yeah, I think meme coins are always a good play. I wouldn't have 100% of my portfolio in it, but I am not afraid because that is where you make some absolute pumps.
Yeah.
It's a lot more exciting than XRP.
You got to, I mean, you think like, so meme coins, and whether you like them or not, you have to understand the importance of them. Like you said, they are liquidity makers, right? Like it's like going to the casino. It's like going to Vegas, like going to Atlantic City, like going to these places where you have that opportunity, right? And yeah, maybe what everybody wants to maybe allocate a certain percentage of their portfolios into meme coins. I think that's maybe up for speculation, right? That's a personal risk assessment, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, right? Like, I think, 10 to 20% is probably, 20% is like extremely high. 10 is probably closer, but what, to each their own, I suppose, right? I think that could be a topic for discussion unto itself, maybe.
Yeah. I think the meme coin game, it scratches the itch that is gambling. Right. And the facts, I think, are really simple with crypto. There's a lot of people in crypto that love to gamble. Let's just call it what it is. Right. You can look at the stock. I had this conversation with a couple guys last night, and we were talking about, we look at the stock market and we look at crypto and we look at these other, we look at leverage trading. We look at all of this and we put it in this box of investing. I'm not so sure. I think that a lot of it would lean more towards just the fact that you're freaking gambling. You just might be gambling, with a little bit of a stacked deck at times. And we, as people that we've talked about this before, get the phone calls sometimes before. Or Jenna, if you're promoting something, right, you get the opportunity earlier. Just being fair, because we keep it real here, right? Trust me, bro. We keep it real that we'll get a heads up before you will, and whatever. And ultimately we have, or can have an opportunity to make more money, which.
Are you talking about insider trading right now, bro?
Yes, in crypto, for sure. And I mean, President Donald J. Trump is right up in the mix. So if he can do it, we can all do it.
But the bigger thing is, though, I think when you start to see these meme coins pop, it's typically, and historically speaking, then we start to see the other altcoins start to blast off and everything. I think meme coins, starting to shoot up are typically the indicator that other altcoins are going to start to go.
Oh, there's for sure. And Jay, you said that they are liquidity makers. They're also liquidity takers. And I think that this run, a big problem that I've seen with some of the old altcoins, which again we'll get into altcoins soon, but I think one of the problems has been meme coins because there's so much of the gambling that cuts in, and people that are in retail before that were putting into Chainlink and XRP and this, that, Solana, blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, Perpe? Shit, sign me up, dog. That thing looks cool. I like the community. I'm in. I remember,
I think, the sheer number of options is kind of what made that a little bit more difficult for people anyway, right? Because then you kind of had to start speculating.
Yeah.
To some degree, right? Because you want your coin to pump. You want that. I mean, you're in it to win it like that. You're not trying to, if you want slow and steady gains, right? You go Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I say slow and steady for crypto, right? Because that's inherently Bitcoin right now. If you were to just invest in Bitcoin at 110,000 or whatever it is today, and it potentially goes to 150,000, and what was your investment? $2,500? Like, what's the average like investor beginning crypto portfolio? Maybe $2,500 or $1,000. Like, what's it going to turn into? 2,000 maybe at the most. If it's 1,000, it's not going to, you know what I mean? Like, so you have to like be risky.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's definitely that piece of it. I started to say, I remember when Landwolf came out, the very first iteration of Landwolf that absolutely went insane to hundreds of millions like that. So I had a heads up on that. I had the contract address in advance, and I shit you not, this is one of my meme coin moments. I freaking fell asleep. Right?
No.
It is when you know that there's a big one coming and you've got an ETH ready to rock, right? I had one ETH and I hate thinking about this, but I remember the next morning after waking up and looking, I would have turned one ETH overnight. If I recall, it was like 27 ETH or something like that overnight, just like that. And I freaking fell asleep and it was 9:15, bro.
You fumbled the bag on insider trading for a 1 ETH.
I fumbled the bag for sure. Fell asleep, but hey.
I think Jen's comment was hilarious.
Tis what it is.
Another story that we pulled. So kind of the whole like idea of that first story, and not to like pull it too far back. We just kind of stay on track a little bit, but so it's like the institutional moves and stuff, right? There was we were talking about stock, and I know we don't want to be only crypto, even though we're all crypto bros and gals in here. There was a stock that literally pumped like almost 200%, right?
Yeah, it was like
QMM Holdings.
It was like 179%, I think.
Yeah, look at that.
What is that? What is this one?
I think it's an ETF, isn't it?
No? They may have an ETF, but it could also just be that they made a massive investment into. They dropped like $100 million into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and so creating kind of like that treasury, going back to kind of like what we were talking about a little bit ago, was them creating treasuries and how we're seeing nation states start to fight for Bitcoin and stuff. Like, what does that mean for like if we're going to start seeing stonks say we're going to go crypto treasury, and then the stock goes 100, almost 200% in a day? That's in a day, by the way, guys. Like, that's not lifetime. That's not over the course of like 4 years that you see like normally in a stock market chart, or 5 years. Like, that's over fucking night.
Yeah.
Jay, I've got a better one. Share my screen.
All right.
Look at this bad boy.
I got to remove this one. I got you.
So
right.
Look at that.
Whoa.
MYX.
Yeah, my husband was telling me about this and he was bitching. So apparently you could not buy this unless it was pre-sale. You had to be literally an insider, and you could only trade it on Binance. And right now they are short squeezing the fuck out of it. But it's a huge like insider trading scandal that's going on right now. Imagine getting this token at fucking 10 cents and now is at $17.90, and it has like a $3.5 billion market cap. Is that not insane?
Okay, so, okay. Let me ask you a question. Okay,
it's a DeFi protocol.
Just for the sake of easy numbers, let's just play a little game here. You get a token, you get the opportunity to buy a token at 10 cents. At what price are you out completely? What are you holding on for? At what price are you out?
How much did I buy? No, hold on. How much did I buy?
So let me just set the story up, right? Because everybody's heard the Dogecoin guy who spent like $1,000 and now he's like a zillion. He made like $20 billion. It was some stupid number, just right? Dumb number. I'm telling you, if it's me at like, I put in $1,000 at maybe 4 or 5 million, I'm out, right? 20, 50 million. I have noodle legs and I'm going to the hospital because like, I don't know what to do. Right? Like, there's no fucking way I'm hanging on for 100 million, 500 million, or even $1 billion. No fucking way. Like, what's your outlook?
I would have paper handed between $1 to $5. There's no way. I would have been out by then.
You're saying I put in $1,000?
Yeah,
at 10 cents, and so 10x at $1. So it 175x effectively.
Yeah.
I'm probably out at $5 at the most. I mean,
okay. And this thing ran. The one that Jenna was just showing us. Let's go back to it. What was the number on it?
It's $17.93.
The problem is you know what? And Blocky, or I think it was Blocky said it though. But he's saying can't short squeeze without liquidity above. So there's something else is going on here as well to be able to hold and continue, or we're going to see that thing turn right back around and dump heavy and hard on some people's heads.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So yeah. Why did
I was not one of the lucky ones that was an insider, though. I wish I was.
No, I like I like getting those phone calls though. Those phone calls are nice.
Yeah, the live phone call.
The phone call that says, "Trust me, bro, you need to buy this." Actually, I had Crow message me out of nowhere about something not too long ago, and all it said was, it just said, "Buy this," and I like hadn't talked to him in probably a month or something. He was just like, "Buy this, bro."
Dutchy. Evening from Dutchland. Deutschland. Dutchland.
Oh, somebody did that to me the other night, and I can't remember what I bought or which wallet I used.
Oh,
to be
you're
honest.
like, I jumped right in. I listened. I just did.
Yeah, I should.
So QMMM is the stock symbol for QMMM Holdings Limited. That is a Hong Kong-based tech and advertising company specializing in digital media advertising and marketing production services. Then it goes through, it talks about their offerings like VR, AR, 360 video, motion capturing, blah, blah, blah. Founded in 2022. They've got about 28 employees. So it says it launched its IPO in 2024. The shares were $4 a piece. They raised like 8.6 million in 2025. In June, they raised another 8 million. And then it says in early 2025, they received the company. They had to end up doing a reverse split. So that's why the numbers look so funky. That's why they went from multiple dollars.
Nobody likes to reverse it, but there's the here's the all-time chart. Let me go back to it myself if I'm covering it. There you go. That's the all-time chart.
Are you showing me?
Shot up to almost to $50.
Yeah, and then obviously, what's it at right now? $31.
48.40. It's at 31.09. So
930 something percent.
So are you trying to get into this, or are you just looking?
No.
So the story is just the point of this story is just really talking about how Bitcoin and crypto is a mainstream narrative. You know what I mean? Like
they're dropping this into their treasuries. They're dropping crypto into their treasuries is what's happening.
Right. So their whole thing is they bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana as a treasury, and their stock went through the fucking roof.
And their stock just
is this going to be something? Is this a domino effect kind of thing that we'll see? Is this for a Web2 company to be relevant, be like, fuck it, let's just start a treasury, and then their stock it rips.
Yeah, I think a ton of them are doing that right now, but it's also the new scam because there's so many that have a couple $1 million market cap, and they're like, oh, we're gonna raise 500 million and we're gonna buy up all this treasury of whatever the fuck, and then it's clearly never going to happen. It has a couple $1 million market cap. It's just a scam. So it's a grift off of crypto. But then you also have the ones where they're like, oh, we're going to get a massive Solana treasury, a massive hype treasury, and their stock just completely plummets. So, I mean, it could go either way depending on their holders.
And think about the risk involved as well. So now you've got a treasury full of Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, whatever, XRP, whatever you want to put in there. And now we're talking about the most volatile assets in the world you're using as your company treasury.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, that could set you up for a problem at some point. Let's,
But don't you think that then creates that supply shock that ultimately, if it's institutions, because retail, this is a game to just shake out the retail people, right? They run the price up, they get, again, and we talk about what's your fucking number. Everybody's got a number for every coin that you're in. Everybody, if you don't have an exit plan, and I think maybe that's even, we want to take this into a learning lesson. It's what's your plan? Where are you going to get out? If you're invested in Bitcoin, what's your exit strategy? If you're invested in ETH, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, Ondo, whatever, you got to have an exit plan. If you don't have an exit plan, you're round tripping, guaranteed. That's just what fucking happens.
Yes.
So, I mean, I kind of feel like that's got to be where the conversation leads to is, what are some best practices for exit strategies? Obviously you set a plan and with anything in life, I think with a plan that, having a goal, whatever, that's great. But you've got to have the system in place to go meet your goal, right? And I think when we get into the whole Fight Club section of this and how you're doing, your camp and all that stuff, I want to win this fight. Well, what are you going to do to win this fight, right?
How are you doing it?
For me, people like New Year's Eve resolutions for people I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, how the fuck are you going to do it? Like, are you just going to like sit on the couch like you do every night and eat ice cream? Or are you going to get your ass up and go to the gym? Like, how are you actually going to accomplish this goal? And I think that, with that same mindset, it's like, okay, you want to be a crypto millionaire? Perfect. Are you just going to wait until your portfolio says $1 million and then cash it the fuck out? Is that what your plan is? Or do you have a number in mind that you're going to get in, wait for it to drop back down and then get back? Like, what's your strategy here?
But think about this though. If you have somebody like, if their goals are too high and you have people that don't know how to read charts or make like a practical exit strategy, then they may never hit it and just round trip their bags again. I mean, I can't even tell you how much Filecoin I bought at the bottom because I'm like, oh, this motherfucker goes up to $50 because it was already 150. I'm going to cash out X amount at this and that. And it's like, oh, that was one of the most disappointing tokens that I bought. Like hodled. I'm like, oh, I thought $253 was a great deal. No, fuck me. But at the same rate, it's like I prefer a ladder strategy, and people can dog on me all day. But it's like if you have conviction with a couple certain tokens, that's really all you need. Like I feel like if you get over diversified, and especially if you're new, it's too much to keep track of. But if you have that ladder strategy and you buy enough of it, it doesn't matter if you're cashing out, if it's a little bit lower and didn't reach a certain point. It's just that conviction. But if you don't buy enough of it, obviously you're going to wait for an astronomical number and then be pissed because it doesn't hit it. So,
but that's the problem, right? Like most people don't set up any sort of a real deal strategy. They literally just say, hey, I'm putting this much in and let's see what happens. And that's part of the problem. Hey, side note, sorry for the phone calls, guys. I own another business and I freaking can't help it when I got guys on site calling me. I just had to take it. Sorry. He said I'm talking like a third base coach.
Yeah. He will take any excuse he can to have guys calling and then just to be very boastful about dudes calling him left and right. So,
okay, but hold on, let me finish that. So all I wanted to say out of that is just make a freaking real deal game plan. And it's one of the hardest things to do. I think one of the harder things to do is to actually take profits. So it's simple. You hear people talk about it all the time, but if you do put a game plan together, stick to it for real. Because if you say, hey, I'll using simple numbers, you're saying, hey, if I could turn $500 into $1,000, I would be happy. Well, then when you hit the $1,000, take your freaking money and go. Or turn it into a new plan after you've taken, you know what I mean? There's a reason that you set up that plan to begin with. And if you have no plan, I promise you, I've done it. I have lost a shitload of money from just saying, let's see what happens. And we'll get into that in altcoin, the altcoin section.
I was going to say that actually kind of like segues us perfect into talking into like altcoins and what's happened with the ETF acceleration. So like I had said earlier in the show, they're going to fast track ETF accelerations from like 120 days down to 60 to 75, which is absolutely massive. I think ultimately this is going to pave the road to the idea of the crypto index fund, which to me, if you know anything about the stock market, like that's where the real fucking money is, like a lot of fucking money. So if we can, get a little taste of that here in crypto, I think that should be a lot of our end goal, is making sure that that crypto index fund is a real deal that happens. And so this fast track ETF thing, I was like, I think really massive to it. And then I know we want to talk about some altcoin stuff again, Nick. This is where you had, really segued into the idea of, and I'm not going to steal your thunder, but having that plan and taking that profits, and whether it's not having a plan or being greedy, that's kind of the whole plan, right?
Yeah, right. Like, so I kind of started to talk to you about this before the show, but I was talking to CryptoFace yesterday on the phone, and I was like, man, I don't remember exactly what I asked him, but I said something to the effect of, are we going to actually see an altcoin season? And he basically was like, what the hell are you talking about? Altcoin season is happening right freaking now. And I was like, bro, let me just show you. And he's like, no, let me show you. So ultimately, what the conversation we got into was that, you know what? You might not like what altcoin season looks like right now because your old bags that you're married to, this is what we were talking about. The old bags that you're married to aren't the ones that are pumping right now, but that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of other alts that money is absolutely flowing into. Side note, I was talking about strategy and having a game plan and putting together whatever. I had done a promotion for what I liked. It was a privacy. I don't even care. I'll call it out. It's called Privix. It was a privacy token. It wasn't like a shit token. It was like I didn't think it was. It was a utility token, right? I did this whole promotion for them. They gave me tokens. They gave me like some money. I think they gave me $750 and some tokens. I took $500 or $700 off the table. There's a very small amount left that I just left as a moon bag. That was up to like $2,000, $2,100, $2,200, something like that. I was like, great, I'm going to take a half an ETH. I'll get around to it. I just kind of, in my mind was like, I'll get to it, right? I looked this morning at one of my wallets and I'm like, that looks like thousands of dollars lower than I thought that it was. Let me just check. That shit dropped 80% in the last 2 days, right? So listen, the whole point of this show is to be real with you guys. Most of this shit is garbage, bro. It is garbage. So put a plan together, make some money, and get out. And I know that's not what most of the influencers are going to tell you, because they want you to buy what they're doing and what they did. Listen, I'm not with it anymore, bro. I'm over it. I'm tired of losing potential money that could be putting food on the fucking table.
Wait, hold up. But they only paid you $750.
It was a TikTok. It was like a fucking 50-second TikTok.
Oh my God, men are so underpaid in crypto.
Oh,
like the porn
shut up.
industry.
Listen, I don't have boobs, Jenna.
You should fight for equal rights.
I don't. Jeez. I will. If I had boobs, though, I'll tell you what. I would use them.
There's definitely both sides to how you could see this argument play out, right? Like, I think that you can't say that it's, it has to be one way or the other, to be honest with you. I think, like, because look, when you think about joining community, one, it takes care for a lot of people in this space. It's a mental health thing, right? So there's also the worst thing you could do is join a community, because
it's a mental health thing. Like what? They're not mentally well for joining a community, because
it's because you are lonely. It gives you hope. It gives you friends, family.
You're lonely, and you're in the Discord every day. You're in the Telegram. You're on the live chat. You're in the spaces. You finally have a purpose. You've got a community. You've got people that are there for you. Like, it's different for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, so different strokes for different folks, kind of thing. And I get that, but at the same time, financially, we're rewriting, and let's talk about a bigger picture here. Financially, we're rewriting the script for investing, because normally you never marry your bag, except for when you get into crypto and you become a community member, because then ultimately you can't sell on your friends, right? So you've got to find some different opportunities, different ways to do things. And I think, like, listen, there's got to be a way to solve this so that people don't have to feel shameful if they need to take some profit or whatever they need to do.
Okay. But, so what does that look like?
I'm asking you guys.
What does it look like, Jenna?
I wasn't paying attention.
He's asking. He's saying that we get caught up in it. I know there's some good stuff going on in there.
The communities, they could be a pro or con. I mean, the XRP community got me through like a lot of mental health stuff, and that's why I got on Clubhouse and how I even got here. Because I was going through a horrible point in my life, and I'll say finding XRP and everybody being on Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse Spaces a couple years ago, it saved my life. Like, it pulled me out of a depression, and for that, I'm always grateful. So that's why I think I'm always gonna be married to XRP, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
But what?
We're crypto is rewriting the investment thesis of don't marry your bags, because ultimately you kind of do, because it's so early on, and I think it's conviction play, right? Because we have such conviction in the tech, and this was earlier on, because this came before there's a million meme coins and shit coins and all that stuff. I mean, XRP there was a lot of that was put into it early on, and that's what you're talking about back in the day. You're not like you got it in 2024, right?
Exactly. But and I get what you're saying, but I think that comes with time and wisdom in the space, and unfortunately it's like that, because I think it's wrong to shame someone for taking profits. If you know what, a couple X's is gonna make their life better, good for you, and do it. You don't owe anyone anything or any explanation. I can't tell you how many things I round tripped, and NFTs I bought, almost every single one on the XRPL to support them, and they all went to like nothing. And I think about how much XRP I'd have if I didn't buy and support them. But at the same point, it is what it is. It's a lesson learned. But now, fuck no, nobody, like, I pay my own bills. I will, buy this. I'm doing the right things. So if I want to take my money, I'm taking my money. You're not gonna slide my DMs. Oh, so we're about to do this and that when you see I sold some tokens. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. I see you watching my wallet.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Is like, it's not like if you were to do and just use different like examples, whatever. Like if you were in a Coca-Cola commercial, Coca-Cola is going to pay you. Now they don't have Coca-Cola token, so they're not going to pay you a Coca-Cola token. They're going to pay you in normal dollars. But like, that's just normal shit. It's just unfortunately getting paid in the token, I think, is the error on the project, because of it ultimately puts less value on their token than $1.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're paying influencers, you're fucking up. You're gonna get a huge pump and it's gonna dump, and then everybody who bought at the top is gonna bitch for the next 5 years, and shit's gonna go dead. And maybe you'll hope for a CTO, but you will never get that pump again. And I think paying influencers with your token is a horrible fucking idea.
But the reason that they do it Yeah, for sure. But the reason that they do it is because it's vaporware and they're just printing it. It's free. And now I hand it out to a bunch of people that are going to talk about it that are, boom, pumping real money into a project that I just handed out vaporware fake tokens that I mean, I get it. But again, that's the reality of a lot of this. It's not to say everything. I'm not saying that just all of crypto is a scam. But what I'm saying is understand when you are playing this game, whether it's altcoins, whether it's meme coins, whether it's whatever, if you don't have any sort of a real deal grasp on what you're planning on doing, you are set up to freaking fail 1,000%, because I've had tons of experience with making tons of money, and I've had tons of experience with not making tons of money and getting kicked in the balls too. I promise. It hurts, right? And so, yeah, that game plan has to be there. It has to.
But like, red alert. Like, if I see them in my DMs, we will pay you into. No, absolutely not. And I have to like it. Like, no, it's a huge red flag. Yeah.
So, anyhow, yeah, I like it.
I'm glad you're learning.
You said you're glad I'm what?
You're learning. I'm glad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's warms my heart. I'm figuring it out. It's only taken me about 8 years. But even with that, even with that, I knew better than to let this token, the one I was just talking about, sit. I knew better. I should have jumped on. It does not take long. I know my way around a crypto wallet, right? Like, it doesn't take long to freaking convert.
Well, I was calling him greasy because he was greedy, but he was also lazy at the same time. So
he's greasy.
Greasy. Yeah.
Greasy. Hey, what's up, greasy?
And that greasy cost me a couple G's. You know what I'm saying?
Greasy.
So.
Don't be sleazy. Don't be greasy. Take those profits, my kneesy.
There it is. You heard it here first. Hey, smash the likes if you guys haven't already. If you're on X, be following all three of us, please. If you're on YouTube, be following all three of us, please. I promise you, it is a simple thing you can do. It takes 2 seconds. If you're in the live chat on mobile, just X out of the chat, hit the like button, come right back into the chat. It's just that simple. I know sometimes people are like, how do I do it? Well, that is how you do it. Okay, so while we're talking about alts, can I ask Jenna something very specific?
You can ask.
You are the XRP maxi of the group. If there were one, if there were a maxi of the group, it would be you.
Thank you. I'll take it.
It would be. I hold a shitload of XRP. It's done really well for me. I'm excited about it, but I also feel like I'm the realist, and I try to bring people down to earth. Please tell these people that XRP is not going to flip the switch, and on November 22nd, it's going to $10,000. And then tell me, please, what is this November 22nd date all about that you're hearing all over the place?
Well, I can't tell you that it's not going to go to $10,000 on November 22nd. Listen, I got into the XRP because of the Riddler community. That's how I went down this rabbit hole. So you know what? There still could be a flip the switch moment. And what I think is actually going to be the catalyst for XRP this round is like, it's like a 3 thing. It's like with the settlement, it's going to be with DeFi now XRP and Flare networks, because a lot of people are going to be locking up and everything. And it's going to be also people can use their XRP for governance now. So I think that there's like a big thing, a big storm of ruin. But if you want to talk about November 22nd, that's the next date. There have been many of these dates that have been predicted, and they're always wrong. But this one is the latest ISO 20022 Swift date, to be exact.
I feel like ISO stuff's kind of been a failure up to this point, but we'll see. So let me ask you a question. I got a big bet with my buddy AJ. Everybody knows AJ Rides Crypto.
Yeah.
I got $1,000 bet that we're going to see. I think we're going to have a $10 XRP by Christmas.
Now,
what do you think about that?
I
got any chance at winning this bet?
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
That doesn't sound good.
There's always a chance.
You could just say no. It's fine. It's fine. I know you were mad at me last week. It's okay.
I hope it does. I hope it does. It'd be great.
Always a chance. I think that things are going to get a little crazy once DeFi is unleashed. You have to think the XRP. Has it flipped Ethereum yet? I don't know.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you something, Jenna.
Without DeFi,
the whole narrative has been the exact opposite of DeFi for XRP, saying that the banking institutions are where it's at and why it's going to go.
Right. But there's
now
a reason
all
for
of a sudden we're like, DeFi. Yeah.
No, you have to think about it. The DeFi is not on because there are no smart contracts on the XRPL, because it is made for payments. It's made to be good at one thing. And when you start integrating so many different things, that's why you have security risks, hacks, all these things. Okay. XRPL is secure. There are no hacks on the XRPL. It's one of the most secure blockchains you will ever see in your entire life or use. But the reason for that, so then you have Flare Union, an EVM compatible sidechain that will basically unleash DeFi. And the cool part about that is it's a one-to-one. You're not wrapping your XRP. It's literally you're minting one on an F asset on another chain. But anyway, that's a whole another rabbit hole. Okay. However, I just want to say back to your November, because this is such a big controversy in the XRP community and all the ISO 2002 tokens. People, they're always talking about it. But according to regulations, to meet deadlines set by regulatory bodies or payment networks, Swift's cross-border payment migration, that is by November of 2025. So I think that is where they're getting that from. And basically, if you don't know what ISO 20022 is, it's like a security messaging system, but you can look all that up. It's a global framework for financial messaging developed by the International Organization for Standardization. That's a mouthful, guys.
So I like to be the realist again. I have a buddy that's pretty high level in Chase. I don't need to say his name or anything, but he's pretty high level in Chase. Chase Bank. And he's also an XRP holder. So I asked him, because most of the time the banking institutions and I asked him, I said, hey, are you guys actually using XRP, and B, will you? Because he's high enough level, like he knows some things, right? And he said, why do you think we have JPM coin? And he paused and just kind of shut up. And I thought about it for a second. And I was like, because why would you use effectively a community accessible token for these banks when these banks have so much money that they can just spin this up and create it themselves and rake the money in for themselves? Why would they use a publicly available token like XRP? And he said, you nailed it. He said, it doesn't mean that we're not going to make money. No. He wasn't saying that he holds it. He was like, hey, I like the idea behind it. It will get used. There are people and banks and institutions that are going to use it. But why would you have effectively the largest institution in all of the world in terms of transferring money in Swift say, hey, you know what? All these retards out there that hold XRP, let's hook them up and let's get this thing rocking and rolling up to $10,000.
It doesn't make sense, honestly, to that. But I mean, if you want to stagger sell orders on a DEX or somewhere just in case, good for you. I mean, throw an XRP out there. You never know. Green dildos happen. But at the same point, they don't call it all the money for nothing.
So I'm gonna put it on you, Jenna.
It'll be $1 trillion token. It'll be a multi-trillion dollar.
It'll be $1 trillion token. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it right now?
Absolutely.
What is the market cap right now?
A couple hundred billion, maybe.
It
208, 200, maybe two. I'm not looking. 280 something billion fully diluted, maybe.
176.6 billion.
Right now. Because half the token. Yeah. Okay. I got it. So 176
it is tried through and through. Just the biggest thing is people hate that they hold so much in escrow.
That's a 6x from here. So that's an 8. So listen. So Jenna, at $1 trillion, effectively, that's an $18 XRP, right?
Yeah, still not like huge gains from now, but I think realistically speaking, multi-trillion-dollar market cap is not out of the question for XRP. Now, $1,000? No. 10,000. I mean, it could. I'm not, I'm not.
No. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But the numbers that get thrown out are so crazy. The $10,000 one is a quadrillion dollar market cap. It would mean that everything, and then again, the XRP community, which again, I'm very much a part of it. I hold more XRP than I can all but guarantee you, most everybody but they say, well, market cap doesn't matter. It's like oil. Oil doesn't have a market cap. We don't know how much oil is out there. Oil is used and burned every single day. That is a massively different. It's not a commodity the same way that oil is. Like that argument is so stale.
There is a theory with XRP of why market cap doesn't matter, and I'll pull that up for you for the next one that David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, has actually said and kind of gone through that and debunked why market cap is irrelevant for XRP. I'll find it for you.
It's not, though. It can't be. You have a set number of tokens that are there, and you have a value that those tokens are moving. So it has to have a value per token, which then creates a market cap. It's just there's no other way around.
What's the multiplier? Jenna, what's the multiplier?
Multiplier of what?
I've always heard people say XRP has the multiplier.
I couldn't tell you what the multiplier is. I haven't heard enough time playing Keno.
Listen, I've heard people say the market cap doesn't matter. XRP has a multiplier. These are like quotes from like people in the chat. People have sent me emails like XRP market cap does not matter. It's all about the multiplier. And I just want to know what the fuck is the multiplier?
I will research that and get all of that information to you because I do not want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to see it go as high as humanly possible. Again, to be clear, I just always tell people that whenever I make videos trying to bring people back down to earth, I would love nothing more than to see a $10,000 XRP. I'd be a billionaire. That'd be sweet. I'm with it, right?
Why don't you
chat? I will hook all of you the hell up.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Get it rocking. I'm with it. I just don't want what I don't like is I don't like new people coming into crypto with this idea that genuinely their life is about to change overnight. It's sad, dude, because I literally think people have this idea that like, man, I bought 1,000 XRP and I'm gonna be freaking I'm not gonna have to work anymore soon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You don't really think
not going to do it. Yeah, no, it's not. Baba Kug said the amount that you need for generational wealth is 20,000 XRP.
Well, then I'm multi-generationally wealthy.
That's apparently if you hold that, that's supposed to be the number, but that's from a Riddler. I don't know. Take with that what you will. But
what does Dale Lane say? 8 board with full control and focus on extracting liquidity. Very low Nakamoto coefficient. And 200,000 fools thinking it's a crypto that they have a say in. The one thing that is a really good argument too is the escrow. You got 1 billion tokens that get dumped onto the open market regularly out of escrow. That freaking
it's not
crushes.
Changing. It happens. Like, I mean, now that we're so used to it, it's just what happens every single month.
We're used to it, so it doesn't count anymore.
It's like it's such an old fucking narrative. It's been going on forever, but it was designed, for a reason to do that. I mean, it's just like is what I thought we were going to talk about ledger issues and crypto freezing warnings and what
we are. But when you get an opportunity to talk some XRP with the Jenna X, you got to take it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Take it.
All right. Well, let's flash forward then. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. What happened? Who knows? Stop using crypto like that. Okay. So when I see the headline, I'm going to take my glasses off and look serious. I'm even going to full screen myself here for a second.
I like that hat. That's a really cool hat.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is an actual, so real quick, a little bit about me. I'm an actual rope and ride. I used to live out in Colorado and I was working on a ranch for a while. So this was one of my actual Stetsons. And I've got a Stand with Crypto pin here. I got that recently. We'll see. They came out of nowhere, Stand with Crypto. But now you took my idea that I was thinking about Jenna away. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about.
You're talking about problems on the blockchain? Hacks? Are we safe? Are we gonna lose all our crypto? What's gonna happen?
So when I see the headline that there's a freeze warning on-chain activity on the blockchain, you're like, what is that about?
Yeah, like we're gonna stop using crypto for how long? And what are we stopping doing? What are we not doing? What are we allowed to do?
Who's saying this? Why is like an official? Who's saying this? Let's figure that out, right? I feel like that's probably the most important thing. So Ledger, their CTO warns of this NPM. What's NPM? It's a JavaScript thing. This is something, Nick, you're more of like the tech nerd, I think.
That was a joke, right? Are you busting my balls right now? Because yes. I am far from the tech nerd. That is for
me
sure.
Too. Jenna, do you happen to know what a JavaScript NPM is?
Oh yeah. Do I look like a coder, bro?
Yeah. All right,
me, bruh. None of us know.
I'll put it into my algorithm then.
That's okay. That's all.
JavaScript. I mean, XRP is JavaScript.
It's all good. Yeah, put it in and find out.
So here we go, really quick. So we're all just briefly educated on what we're talking about. NPM, Node Package Manager, serves as default package manager for JavaScript's runtime environment.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I literally actually don't even know what that means. So yeah. I'm not even going to read anymore.
Maybe we should have left this out, but I think that what we could say is that if there is a hack happening on chain that has such a big impact that they're asking us to stop using crypto temporarily, we got more problems to talk about than, you know what I mean, than what we're doing in the short term. Like how does someone access effectively I thought at first that it was talking about something to do with our hardware wallets because it was Ledger, and I was like, wait a minute, that's scary for sure.
So all right, so here's the article that we're looking at, and it's malicious code. It slips into the background and it waits for transactions to happen, and I assume it's like a man in the middle attack. So when a crypto user tries to send crypto, the malware silently swaps out the destination wallet address. On the surface, everything looks fine. The user sees the address they intended to send to, but under the hood, the funds go somewhere else entirely. The fake address is controlled by the attacker. So that's fucked up.
Well, then what? So how do we do? So
can you share mine? I have the answer.
Yeah. Look back. How do you protect yourself?
All right. So you will. Cryptos R Us put out a really good here. Let me zoom in on this. Tweet about this earlier. And so key points: your wallet won't auto drain. You'd still be able to see the bad transaction in your wallet, and you'd have to approve it. Only websites that recently updated to the hacked package are at risk. Most projects lock or pin safe versions, so the exposure is limited. And since you can't easily know which sites are updated safely, it's safer to avoid using crypto websites until this is fixed. So they have they're doing updates on that continuously. So basically, you would know. You have to approve it.
The amount of work that these scammers put in to being scammers is think about the amazing things that these people could probably do with the amount of intelligence and the level of intelligence that they have to do the shitty things that they're doing to people in the background. Think about it. Like, that sounds to me like some ingenious evil shit, right? Like, oh, looks like a good transaction, but in the background, it's.
But isn't this convenient when alts are supposed to start popping? Like if it's alt season, legitimately or whatever. Think about, we trade all the time. It's saying if you don't use a hardware wallet, refrain from making on-chain transactions for now. We make on-chain transactions all the time, every day.
All the time. Yeah.
I mean, it's a scary thought when you think like that's the word coming down, that someone's literally going to man in the middle your transactions. So if you're trying to send yourself money or money to somebody for something in particular, it's not going to get there. That can't happen.
It said something like that there was exposed Bitcoin wallets like Satoshis. Like what?
Well, yeah, so there is, and that is with like the quantum stuff, right? And so that is called P2PK. So the peer to private key is what that is considered. And because Satoshi's wallet are like old, it still has like that basis installed into it. So it is, as far as the quantum computing potential hack goes, the Q-Day, I believe is what it's called. Yeah. As far as Q-Day is concerned, yeah, Satoshi's wallet is at risk for that because of the antiquated technology that these tokens are in.
That is wild, bro. That is wild. I don't know. I hold almost everything. I hold almost everything that I hold on hardware wallets, and I'm pretty freaking over the top about security with them. Do you guys do the same, or do you like to use hot wallet? Like I've got now mind you, I've got some hot wallets, right? Like that I should probably transfer to cold at this point.
Bro, I got shit everywhere.
I do too, but I'm saying your largest vulnerability, would it be a hardware wallet?
Fuck, who gives a shit? The question is, yes. Well, no, your biggest vulnerability is your hot wallet for sure.
No, I'm asking you if you were to get attacked, and like I know Jay, you recently did, but I'm saying if you were to get attacked at this point, like my largest vulnerability would be, obviously I'd have to do something insanely stupid to mess up with my freaking hardware wallet, but I feel like all people should know how to set up a cold wallet and why they're utilizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
most people don't.
Cold wallets are great for what they're intended, and hot wallets, what they are, so that you can be free to move your stuff, and you don't have. Yeah, right now, here we go. Got to make the moves, especially if you're living in it, right? If you're fully in crypto, if you're keeping everything in crypto, and you've got what you need in fiat to pay certain bills or whatever, like
you're
living out of hot wallets, and that's why you got to be careful. Not your keys, not your cheese, baby.
All right, let's talk likes, guys. Yeah, I was gonna say smash the likes first of all, if you haven't already. Looks like we've got like, I don't know, 80 something people in over on my channel, and I appreciate the love, everybody. And I can't see everybody else's channels, but if you guys aren't subscribed to JChains and Jenna on the YouTubes, make sure to fix that problem. And then also, if you're not following me and Jenna and JChains all on X, fix those problems, please.
I'm hungry.
We love you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume you are. This is Fight Camp. Got the old flight to Singapore coming up soon. How's training camp going? You feeling good?
Oh, it's going awesome. I'm tired a lot, but I feel really good. I'm glad I have a couple more weeks to train, but damn, I am not the same person I was last year, and I have a totally different mentality, and I'm training harder and just focusing on different things. So I feel really good about this, and I like that it's just boxing versus full bore MMA, and you're trying to like learn all the different things. So now you can just get good at a few things, and I think that's what's up. But no, I'm loving every moment of it. I hate that I'm away from normal life so much, but I'm like, damn, I'm literally getting paid to go to the gym. I love this. Like, I get paid to work out. It's
what are you? So Jenna, you said you're literally a different person than you were last year. So I've trained for a fight. I was in the Marine Corps, martial arts instructor in the Marine. Like, I've done a lot of the fight stuff, right? So I get the idea of what you're saying, but explain to the people that have no freaking idea.
What he means to say is that he breaks his ribs in training, so he doesn't have to fight.
Yes, it was purposeful for sure. I mean, hey, give me a spinning back kick, please. Split my rib. I'd love to not fight. I'm scared.
I think with the first one, I didn't get enough like sparring time in and everything when I went to it. And you're in the pit, you don't really know what to expect. You've got people all around you. You're a basket of fucking nerves. You're standing there on the edge about to go in. Like, what I get myself into? And it was like, I look back on it, I'm like, why didn't I just do what I was trained to do? Like 99% of my training went out the fucking window when I stepped in there, and I'm just doing all these wild things. I'm like, that wasn't part of it. And now I just have a different mindset. I feel better about my training, my skill level. I know I'm focused 100% and what I need to do to go in there. And it's like, I don't know. People are like, are you scared? No. What the fuck would I be scared for? Like, this is not a knife fight. I'm gonna be fine. Like, we're gonna go in there, beat the shit out of each other, and it's gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah. Love that.
I'm excited.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
The confidence is different this time.
And your food regimen, you said you're hungry. Have you had to change like a lot of how you're eating as well?
I can't drink as much anymore, so that was hard because I'm an alcoholic. And so I had to quit that. Just have a little bit here and there. But and watching really what I'm eating, a lot more protein and just mindful. Like, if I want a little bit, but really not a lot of sugar. But just making sure it's clean. I'm right at weight right now. So just keeping it there and eating when I'm hungry, just not a bunch of junk. That's all.
That's smart. There you go. That's good. It's good to be like at your fight weight is kind of your walking weight at this point, and you're a few weeks out. So that's good. You got a little time. Plus the travel. That's it'll be an interesting flight. I think it sounds like I feel like, because I believe I get in at the same time. I feel like we'll all be on the same connection flight coming through. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Well, but isn't there something going on? Aren't you doing something in Austin coming up soon, JChains?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. So, well, actually, as it turns out, I'm going down to San Antonio for the UFC fight this weekend, and I'm going to be. I used to live in Austin, so I got some buddies there. And it turns out, I think I'm going to get some training in with Aaron this weekend. So we'll hit the mitts. We'll create some content.
Oh, Bitcoin Ben said you're supposed to get Bozak in shape, JChains.
Yes. So the plan is, I've got a busy schedule coming up. So I'm going to go down to Austin for the.
Are we avoiding that, Jenna? Are we just totally just going to brush by it?
I didn't hear you say anything.
You didn't hear him say that he's going to be training with Aaron? Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, continue. Yeah. No, I must have missed that.
Anyway, so I got the Vegas trip, and then I'm coming back to Chicago. I'm sorry, the Austin trip, then coming back to Chicago, and then driving the family back to Atlanta, and then I'm flying out to Vegas for several days, and then flying back, and then getting ready for Singapore, and then it's time.
Good God. Hey, is Bozak so I can't envision him fighting. I'm not being mean. I just can't, right?
I think it's cool.
Like you said, he's been trained. I do too. I think it's cool for anybody. I think it's a challenge to challenge yourself in any capacity, no matter what you do, no matter big, small, strong, you're a fighter, you're not a fighter, whatever. I think it's a huge challenge, and I think it's crazy cool for you to get in the ring. you said he's training. He's training with a good fighter from
Karate
Combat.
So Macaco Flow or Toro
Yeah.
Vergara. Yeah, he's a belt holder.
The champ.
He's undefeated. He's awesome, dude. He's a cool dude. And so he'll be out there, and I'll be out there. So we'll get a chance to train together. And then I'm not sure if he's coming to Singapore or not, but that'll be fun to get out there and do some training in Vegas with those guys as well. That's like what the next several weeks of my life are, kind of just getting trained up, and then hopefully in Singapore we can convince them to to start talking about the fight with Harley in December, because that's the goal, the fight, and start start talking.
That'll be a good fight. Are you guys close in weight right now?
I think so. Yeah, I need to come down anyway. I put on a few pounds after my last fight, and so
I was 217 when I weighed myself yesterday. I was like, oh shit,
you big boy.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's too heavy. I normally like to walk around in more like 205 to 210, and I just like happened to step on the scale, and I was like, oh,
I'll go to the gym, fatty.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me right now. I'm like 222, and I think 205. Probably 205 will be the fight with Harley. I think that's probably about the fight weight.
Yeah, I would say
a little anyway, and I want to. I want to anyway.
Yeah, that'll be dope. I need to get in there. I told what's his face. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I told what's his face that I'd fight, and then I don't know what we didn't talk again. So
who would you fight if you could call one person out right now? Who would you fight?
Ben.
Really?
Listen. No, I actually don't have anybody in crypto. I was doing that for clicks. Well, I would totally fight Ben, but that was just being silly. But I don't think I have anybody in crypto. Do you have somebody true? I'm trying to think if I have somebody that I genuinely actually would like to beat the brakes off of. I'm trying to
Crypto
think.
Crow. You fight Crow.
I love Crow. Hell no. I love Crow for one, and for two, no. I know better.
Are you sure there's nobody that you would fight?
Like somebody that I can think of like right off the bat that I would be like want to call out and fight. Yeah.
I would say a bunch of those max extractors.
What'd you say? The what?
The max extractors. The vape cabal.
The vape cabal.
Take them all, dude. Send all those pencil necks in. You and I will go on all 5 of them against you and I.
Start getting like some tag team boxing going on, and just boom, dude, one after the next.
Like I know that they could organize that stuff in other countries for sure. Like you can't get that license in the US, but you could get that license in other countries for sure. We could, because like the Russians will do that shit. Well, they'll be like 12 dudes in one ring, and they'll just be like fight to the last one standing.
Just go. Yeah, and that probably gets some great views. You know what? We should have a conversation about that. We should get like a team together, right? So we'll have like a super heavy, a heavy, like have one person from each weight class, a team of 5 guys, and put together a team, and literally boom, 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 in out. That'd be freaking sick, bro.
What about you and me against 5 midgets?
I'm in. Let's do it. How old are the midgets? I mean, 12, 13 years old kids. I don't care. We'll take them all, bro.
Itty bitty bang bang.
No, they're definitely they're
full grown midget adults versus JChains and Keeper. I'm in. Yeah. I am definitely
in. Are so odd.
Well, Jenna. Okay, so Jenna, you're fighting Aaron. I know you have no bad blood with her. I know there's, I know you guys gonna fight, and when you fight, and that's that. Mm-hmm. Do you have anybody? I genuinely am trying to think now. Do I have somebody that I literally would like to?
No, but I wouldn't turn down any fight. Like, I mean, now this is gonna be my last one, but I mean,
this is gonna be your last. This is gonna be your last one.
Yeah, focusing on my, married life. I don't want to fuck my face up. Get some plans.
Pretty. I don't want to mess with it.
We're gonna go out with our good last fight.
Okay.
That's why I'm working really hard.
All right. Well, win me some money. Hey, real quick before we go, Bitcoin is at. If you want to share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just because we didn't even touch any just technicals. We basically ran the range from the high to the low. I mean, literally. I used to think I want to tell you guys this, so you can see like there's lots of lines on the charts here, obviously, right? I used to think that all these freaking lines were a bunch of just hogwash, genuinely. Like I used to, before I started doing trading, I was like, yeah, if you put enough lines on a chart, you're going to end up being right once or twice or here or there. And after using Market Cipher definitely helped me. That's an unpaid plug. Don't worry. Yes, CryptoFace and I are tight, but that's not me getting paid to say that. I'm telling you,
Market Cipher.
Market Cipher is great.
Cipher too.
But think about it. When we when we talk about like running through like the highs and the lows and your monthly averages and all it is saying, hey, there was a lot of money either coming in and or out at this point. So statistically, when you're trading, you're trying to say, hey, I want to have a step. Basically, you want to have any advantage that you can get. And if you can see what this comes down to, which is money in and money out, and all of these points are, hey, there's an important amount of money that was coming in and coming out at this point. And so you mark those. And it's funny when you start trading, how often it is hitting these key points and bouncing and bouncing. And it was just undeniable at some point. You just had to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to get this every single time. So I need to put some really solid risk management in play. But if you know how to set up a chart, utilize something like Market Cipher to help you on top of knowing where the money is at, it works, dude. It does. It works. It doesn't make it easy. It's, I'm just saying.
Listen, we all love Market Cipher. We all love Market Cipher, but I'm going to take that shit one step forward and flopping Groper with the leapfrog indicator. Holy smokes. That thing, like with Market Cipher and leapfrog.
On top of it. Yeah.
It's like this thing is a magnet. Yeah.
It's great, dude. I genuinely used to think that all of it was just, hey, you know what? It's for content. It's for this. It's for that. And as Crusader and I started to learn how to trade, as I talked to CryptoFace a lot more and started to actively, do some trading. I'm not the best. I'm just not. But I don't spend the time that I need to. But what I do fundamentally understand is what's happening. Yeah, there's money to be made if you can have patience and risk management. That's really what it comes down to,
So wait, if you're going to Austin and you're trading with Aaron, and if you're there on a Tuesday, I guess it's safe to say that she will be on the show. No, you're not going to be there on Tuesday. Okay.
That'd be fun.
I was mentally preparing.
But
I still think it's a good idea.
Oh, you're not going to Singapore, are you, Nick?
I haven't. You've called me Nick like 38 times today.
Oh my God, guys! Everybody knows your government name now.
I know. I'm outed.
You try to keep it
dude. I am not saying no. I will, Jenna. I'll tell you this. This is what sucks. It's on a Wednesday, so I would need to leave. I would be gone like Monday through. I would miss a whole entire work week. If it was like on a Friday, and I was like, oh, I can leave on a Wednesday and miss Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I could. I mean, yes.
You would fly that far for 24 hours?
What do you mean?
Well, because it takes 2 days to get there. 2 days.
No. What I'm saying is, if it was on a Friday and I left on a Wednesday, that would make sense, right? And then you leave on Sunday or whatever. I'm only missing a few days of. The reality is, I can make my own decisions, and I could do it. I'm half stepping into excuses right now. I need to look at it. I'd like to go. I would like to go.
Because
and it'd be great to do a live with all three of us there.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
All right.
Let me do some real looking at the schedule and.
Not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure you said same exact thing.
Are you gonna fly out of Atlanta?
Yeah.
Because what would be interesting? Well, no, it'll probably try to send me out from. But where does it take you from? Atlanta to LAX?
No, Atlanta to Qatar.
To Qatar. Okay, so maybe mine, because from Columbus, it probably sends me either through Atlanta or JFK, probably, depending on what I fly. What are you going to fly? Delta?
No, Qatar Airways.
Who are they owned by?
Qatar Airways.
Oh, they don't have like a. Okay.
It's a big plane.
Okay.
It's nice. Even their economy though is super comfy. Because they're long flights. Yeah, it's really comfortable.
But you're not starting with Qatar Airways from the United States.
Yeah, I'm flying out of DC area with Qatar, and then we'll take that as well once we get there to Singapore. So it's only
how long is the flight?
Like I think it's like 8 or 10 hours with the first one, and then like another 8 or 10 from
20
Dubai
hours ish worth of.
Must be nice for you. So my first flight from here to Qatar is 13 and a half hours. and then it's like an 8.5-hour flight from Qatar to Singapore. But coming back from Qatar to Atlanta is 15 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's a long time in an airplane. I'm gonna get antsy. You know what I'm gonna bring? You know what I'm flying with? My box bowling. You have a box bowling?
Oh, I do have one of those.
Bro, listen, I'll bring that on the show now. I'm pretty good with that thing, by the way.
We should have a contest, guys.
We should have a box balling contest. I've got mine downstairs on the counter right now, bro.
Next week.
We'll
have a contest.
We're gonna have a box balling contest next week on the show.
Deal.
Let's do it.
Whoever lasts the longest, there has to be some kind of a wager on this.
Okay.
So we've got to let people
a box balling contest.
Yeah.
Next week. Let's do it. It actually sits on my counter, and sometimes while I'm waiting for my espresso, I'll strap it on.
You with the strap-ons, I told you.
Twice today.
That thing is fun.
I feel like an idiot though. I know that there's nobody like actually, but I always think like if somebody was watching me right now, so we can put this in front of as many people and you know as we want.
Are you going to get performance anxiety?
No, that's not part of my. That's not in my repertoire, my dude. But you know,
trust me, bro. I can handle it,
bro. I got this.
We have 530 people tuning in right now.
Yeah. Hey, listen, everybody who is in wherever you're at, we love you. We appreciate all of you for being here. We're trying to, just bring the entertainment back to the crypto space, bring you some value while we're at it, and looking forward to just continuing to do that on a weekly basis. At least for now, it's a weekly basis at 12:30 on Tuesday. So we got anything else, guys? You guys got anything going on that we need to let the people know about?
I'm going to go get lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, but the people don't care about what you're eating.
I think they do.
Okay.
Lunch sounds pretty good.
That's my big event right now.
Lunch sounds good to me. Jay, you got anything?
That's it, man. Make sure. Listen, I like to talk about being better every single day. The 1% better thing, and it's cliche to some people, but I'm telling you, like, if you commit this to a lifestyle change, like your life will start to change for the positive. And so, whatever you can do, again, listen, it's not a weekend right now. It's usually that's where you might regress and take a step back, but always be trying. Always be trying. It's all about that consistency. That's all that it is. So that's it.
By my calculations, if I am 1% better every day in 3 months, I should be Beyonce.
But what? Hold on. Why do you want to be Beyonce?
She's fucking queen.
Slay queen. Slay queen.
I think you could have picked a lot better there, Jenna. But
I think you should just like fuck off.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right. We guys smash that like button on your way out of here. We'll see you next week. Adios, amigos.
Bye, guys.